Right, hello, good morning, and welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. It's a Wednesday, the 12th day of June, 2024. By His grace, we're live and we're here with yet another edition of the show. Our gratitude to go to the Most High God for the very privilege of being alive and, of course, the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly, but let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. I have origin major flashpoint in elections. Please strategize to deal with disturbances. President commends Attorney General for role in Law House. Specialized economic zones catalyst for development. Michael Quay Jr. Chiefs, Queen Mothers deserve living allowances. Dr. Baumia. Graphic Zoom Lion Cleanest Region campaign. Local government ministry pledges support. The Ghanaian Times. Sabotage. Thieves vandalize and steal oil from transformers. Plunge parts of Sekeni Takrady metropolis into total darkness. Togolese political party visits Ghana to seek support for restoration of democracy. Ambulance case. Minority to boycott parliament in solidarity with Atuforcing. Government to push for passage of free SHS bill by parliament to make it legally enforceable. Daily Guide. Ashanti goes wild for Baumia. Kennedy joins campaign. Okujato Ablakwa dragged to Shraj. NACOC impounds 166.88 kilograms of cocaine at Kotoka International Airport. Arrest 2. Free SHS bill in the offing. 2.37 million euros ambulance case. Court to decide on Jakpe's secret tape. The New Crusading Guide. Okujato Ablakwa court pants down. Dragged to Shraj for running business without parliament's approval. NPP and Menfi East PC clarifies statement to minors. NACOC intercepts $6 million worth of cocaine at Kotoka. Countrywide master plan on drainage in the offing. Deputy Works and Housing Minister. Distilled Kede chief terrorizes residents. North regions will be food basket in West Africa. Alan Chermantin. Ashanti goes agog for Baumia as mammoth crowd shows up at events. The Insight. Alan turns Tamale inside out as he is mobbed by huge crowd on first day of tour. Ghana's constitution protects criminality. I will change it, says independent presidential candidate Kofi Krantin. Palestine. PSC-SMG car parade hits Accra on Saturday in protest of Israeli apartheid occupation. South Africa legalizes cannabis use at last. The Herald. UK helps Ghana bust British citizens with $6 million cocaine at Kotoka International Airport 2 months after Belgium's smuggling case. Council of State member collapses and dies in bathroom, leaves frozen foods industry uncertain. Cancer, baby powders, land Johnson & Johnson in $700 million settlement. Majority leader fires at sleepy energy minister, says he must wake up to doom so. Osafo Mafu's role in Opuni Agongo trial pops up in court again. The Daily Statesman, massive support for Baumia and Ashanti region. NACOC seizes $6 million cocaine haul at Kotoka, seizes cocaine haul. Anyway, Okwe Jr., special economic zones pivotal to Ghana's economic success. NPP parliamentary candidate clarifies viral statement on minor rebellion. The Daily Searchlight. Akufo-Addo moves to bind future governments to free SHS. Tricking Christianity. Baumia swears against LGBTQ but fails to commit to signing proper family law. Government must halt fast depreciating CDS and Yariga. Second day in darkness after unidentified persons disconnect coordinating council and government offices. Coming soon, a major financial scandal involving customs, GRA, tax waivers, and a Chinese company. The Accra Times, ensuring free, fair, and credible elections, Bagbin to engage EC and Security Council. Afenyo marking to the media help create a new generation of politicians. Okay. Trees are the lungs of the earth. Bagbin speaks on Green Ghana Day. Gregory Afoko hits 60, celebrated in prison as family says son's persecution is seen as a move orchestrated to please President Akufo-Addo. The Gregory Afoko story is a very, very, very sad one. Alban Bagbin, a man of hope and shaper of the future. The Custodian. Baumia gets massive support in Ashanti region. Akufo-Addo warns troublemakers. Election 2024. NACOC naps to over $6 million cocaine at Kotoka International Airport. Ambulance trial. Ruling on admissibility of secret recording. June 13. Daily Post. Mahama to establish TV station for musicians, actors, and actresses. Ghana Armed Forces warns against attacks on soldiers amid allegations of incitement. You don't have the independence to make dangerous and outrageous decisions, are too forcing to EC. Ghanaians must speak against the MPP's misuse of some security personnel against NDC. Dr. Omani Buama. And that's about it for the front pages. We'll be back shortly. Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. With me on the show this morning, I have Kwesi Pratt Jr., the editor of the Insight newspaper. And also with me on the show this morning is the Honorable Minister for the Greater Accra region, the capital of the Republic of Ghana, the Honorable Titus.
Be careful.
Titus Glover. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, bro. Miss Bocho. Miss Boa.
We'll come and speak about Greater Accra pretty shortly. But if you think of getting a toothpaste that will take care of the entire family and save you some money, the recommended family toothpaste is KL 360 toothpaste. It's approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. KL 360 toothpaste provides you and your family with all-round dental protection throughout the day with freshness. KL 360 toothpaste is good for kids, children, and adults. Let your family be a proud family when they step out by constantly using KL 360 toothpaste. It brightens your teeth, prevents cavity, and with its cool mint gives you fresh breath throughout the day and protects the gum from decaying. For consistency and quality, use KL 360 toothpaste. KL 360 toothpaste is another product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso. It's available in all supermarkets, malls, and provision shops. Call Samara Company on 0246 864798. KL 360 toothpaste. Happy smile. And enjoying the fruits of your labor is as important as enjoying the mansions of your labor. The pains of climbing the stairs when not exercising could be challenging, irrespective of your age. But worry no more. Lifts and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It's a simple self-supported elevator for both homes and offices, and guess what? It can lift your goods too. Wheelchairs can fit in, and they come in 3 custom-made models. It's affordable and can be installed within 3 days. Visit Lift and Elevators at Sakumono, or just call them on 0200535515 or send a mail to elevatorsgh@gmail.com for consultations and the best solutions in easy vertical movement. Minister, what's happening in Accra?
First of all, let me say a very big good morning to your viewers. I know a lot of people are glued to their sets. One of them is my senior brother and your friend, Kwesi Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
He enjoys watching your show. And senior mentor, big brother, Jack Toronto. It's been a while. Greater Accra, you all know, is a very hot place. So many ups and downs. I've assumed office with some challenges on my hands. One major of these challenges is sanitation. And this is something that Hanukote did his best with the Operation Clean Your Frontage, which went very far. And he was applauded for that initiative that he did. Unfortunately, sustenance of this program could not continue. But our prayer is that with these few months to the end of the year, we want to partner the Ghana Traditional Council and to make sure that the Ghana Traditional Council owns it. Why do I say this? People travel far, come to Accra, litter the place, and they go away. So we want Asafo Acheme to own it and be part of this arrangement to make sure that we're able to clean the fields all over Accra. And we'll be using the few days in June to do some sensitization. We'll be going to the marketplaces, the lorry stations, institutions, the ministries area, targeted areas. Then we have divided the region into 6 zones. The 6 zones will start from the AMA area, Odududio, the Abula area, the Simpe area, the Akpangajin area, the Asene area, Otublohun, and the few places. We'll spend 2 days in each area. Where we'll move towards Mamprobi, Golegono, which is also an extension of the AMA operational jurisdiction area. We'll work there. We'll go to Ablikman North. In that order, they will come to Osukole Kloti, spend 2 days, Asalam down, Abuja, behind the Cocoa Board head office. There's a large slums and market all over those places. We'll deal with the issues there. Then we'll take on Lejukuku, Kro, or Tema. So in the region, we've divided it into 6. That this is how we want to drive it. And to make sure that after we've done, we have men on the ground to make sure that people don't litter anyhow. So it needs effort, collective effort. And I'll be grateful that Metro Television and your other sister stations like Original TV and your radio stations to come and support us and to make sure that we're able to drive this field from Accra. 2 days ago, I normally get up around 4 a.m. and I go through my social media handles and all that. And somebody sent me a video of Medina, the Zongo Junction, right in the middle where people dump refuse at that place. So yesterday morning, because it was so early in the morning, I decided to wait till the morning. So I called the MC around 6:30 that he should expect me by 8 o'clock. So exactly 8 o'clock, I was at Zongo Junction. So I sent her the video. So when I got there, the compact truck of Zoom Lion was there. So I asked her, why this filth all over the place? Because it's an eyesore. This is an highway. People travel up and down. And when you see these rubbish piled up, it doesn't speak well of us. She tried to say that Zoom Lion staff have not been working. So it's only some few skeleton staff that they have on the ground. And look at the size of Lankwantana Medina Assembly. They have a huge, huge tax on their hands. So from the Zogo Junction, I walked with her with the police to Race Junction. And you realize that, yeah. So I've tasked her. She should make sure these refuse are not found on the road. These compact trucks are there. Make sure every morning they have a responsible officer right there to make sure they clear this field from there. Then you could see that Henry Quarter did well by putting some nets, mesh, right from the Zogo Junction towards the Rig Junction. So the people who try to cross the road from one side to the other side are not done. And that led to the hue and cry about vehicles knocking down people and the insult that people held on the president that they are killing them, blah, blah, blah. Then it led to the construction of the overhead. Now the overhead has been taken over by traders. So yesterday I moved up there, educated them. You don't need to sell here. They have a market behind Oman FM. That assembly has asked all those hawkers to move there and to make sure they take people away from the street. So clearly, I managed to speak to these guys along the...
So, Regional Minister, are you not doing the work of MCs and DCs? I said this because when our brother, Henry, was Regional Minister, and he started that thing, we all supported him. Our media houses everywhere, we see everybody, we all supported him. We kept raising the issue of sustainability of that exercise. I kept getting upset anytime he went into a place and you could see the appointed officers following him instead of they having done that job because that is their role.
Yeah.
And we came to a conclusion that, look, until we hold these people responsible and people get fired, because you see, because of the appointing appointment nature of these persons, my belief is that their allegiance really is to
the president,
Jubilee House, where they are appointed, and not to the communities and its people, where they should be elected.
And that was why the president wanted to make that change, is to give power into
Well,
the hands
that's
of the people.
another issue, because then
So that will have solved
it
some of
was
these
whether
things.
it should be partisan or whatever. It's another issue. But my point is that you, as regional minister, I mean, what we saw at Medina, must it take you, the regional minister?
No, it's not so.
Yes.
It is the duty of
So why must people keep their jobs?
So
When we see all this, so Henry came, we saw all what Henry did, the bravado, whatever, like the radio program says, Enekosi saying.
So, Anette, in the next few months, this is what I've charged to do. I am going to be, because I have a checklist. I report to somebody. You also report to me. So we must make sure the people will conform. If I think that your work that you are doing is not satisfactory, I just inform the principal, so that we'll get the job to be done. You know how workaholic I am. I don't want to sit in my office and be reading reports or phone calls. That is why I want to move around and see what is happening. And the nuisance of it, when you get to the Czech embassy on the Kanda Highway,
Yes.
when you are facing Kawukudi,
Yes.
and on your right, has turned into a cattle market. I'm told this is what they do almost every year when the Salah is coming on. I was in the office when somebody called me and said, Kwade, do you know what is happening? I said, what is happening? Even my bodyguard told me that this is. So on Monday evening, I normally leave the office after 8. When I drove and I saw these animals lying up there. So from Medina, I came back to Kanda and I told them, what we are doing, most of you have been traveling and you go places. Do you see cow being sold in town? Where have this done? What kind of indiscipline is this? And you have a zonal council member who was given a letter, to legitimize their markets that they are doing on that. So I told them, move all these animals.
But that place also has an MCE.
You understand? So, what is all these things? What is this? So I said, look, make sure you remove the animals from here. Make sure you move these animals from here. So yesterday, there was a delegation that came to me in the office that they brought these animals from far away and where to go and keep them. I said, that's your problem. It is because every year you keep coming begging up and down. Me, Nikwate, I'm not going to tolerate these things. For now that the Salah is coming, I'll give you that moratorium. After that, I will make sure I will not see any cattle on this corridor. It's not going to happen. And I'm telling you, unfortunately for me, the lady MC is out of town. She's going to Mecca. But the North also MC is around. I'm waiting for her to come, sit them down, and give them firm instructions. If I see any animal on this stretch, but it's an highway, you see these visitors with their cameras taking shots and all over. He does not speak well of us. So I can assure you that I'm not going to allow some of these things to fly. I will make sure I'll put my feet down in these animals that you see them like. And it's not only in Accra. Even in my own backyard in Tama, you'll be there and you see cattle crossing the road. So yesterday I called the MC. I said, you want it? Sit up. I don't want to see any animals loitering. When we were young boys in Tamagozi, TDC at the time, once there were these stray dogs and goats that are all over, they pick them and send them to another husbandry. You go and pay a fee and you bring them. Make sure you keep them in-house. You don't allow them to go astray and destroy people's properties and all kind of things. So, respectfully, with you, Kwesi, here and your viewers, I want to assure everybody that after the Salah, I will not allow any cattle at the Kanda Highway or walking straight in the town. Anywhere you see me, just call me. I will make sure.
There's something I've seen, and I think that many people just gloss over them. You have been involved with assembly work.
Sure, I did. I was an assembly member.
Yes. Please, the sighting of signages on junctions and intersections, what informs that? Because many times I'm blinded.
It's a complete nuisance.
Yes, I'm blinded.
It's a complete nuisance.
I want to make a turn and the signage blocks
your
my view.
I agree with you.
And I wonder what goes into citing those signages.
You see, it is all poor planning. The engineering department of these assemblies, these are some of the things that they need to look at. People just get up and just digging holes to erect signages. Because if properly, the works engineering department goes to the ground to know where to site signages, it will solve some of these problems. So I'll take this up. And if there's a particular place that you want my attention to work on, please let me know.
Okay. So as we're speaking, I'm getting these messages. So this is from Mrs. Helga Bwedi. She says on the
Mrs.
Helga Bwedi.
Okay.
Yes, the former boss of what is now NEIP.
Okay.
Yes. Says people are on the Teshi Bush Road.
Teshi Bush Road.
People are deliberately filling up the Peshi Lagoon and setting up containers and other businesses, including car dealerships, on the banks of the lagoon. What breaks my heart is that those who have been evicted by
so it means that is the Peshi, the Peshi Lagoon.
It says, what breaks my heart is that those who have been evicted by LADMA, etc., all move their structures to the banks of the lagoon. Mm-hmm. A major rainfall will be fatal for some, and I wonder if that's what the Lejokuku MC is waiting for. I'm beyond frustrated. Driving on that stretch is like driving through a junkyard. Okay. That's her concern on that one. Mm-hmm. Pagosi Asari says I should ask you. You know Pagosi? I know. The hair says ask you why you need a bodyguard. Come with that. Okay. So this is this and a lot more. There are a lot of people who are also asking about lanyards. I have about 5 of them on lanyards.
Those ones are security issues that we can't discuss it publicly.
Okay.
But
yes.
Sorry, I can assure you that this Teshi Bush Road matter and the Sango in Teshi proper, my attention has been drawn to it. Okay. I'll move it quickly. On Sunday morning, all the Ramsar sites we've declared, the Regional Security Council have declared it as a security zones.
But the lands are gone already.
But we need to protect the core.
But they are gone. The lands are gone. When our brother Henry went there and said, look, no, he was this, within 1 month.
You see, there are some houses that are already built.
Demolish them.
I don't have that power to demolish unless I go to court. They are in the buffer. We have the buffer, then we have the core. The core is where the water is.
Yes.
For that one, we can protect it.
Yeah, but what about the buffer? There's a reason why a buffer was created.
So that is what that work has been done between Henry and the Land Forestry Commission. So there is a process that we need to perfect it. But in the core area, where people deliberately want to reclaim the land, like what Madam is just talking about.
Yes.
On Sunday, I was at Takmono and go and see the nuisance there.
Have you gone to look at Pambros?
Not tree. So Sunday, I led the police, myself, and the MC for Tema West Municipal Assembly, right in the water. I broke everything down. I pulled everything down, and I dare anybody to try that. Why? The greed and the impunity at which people are doing these things, I don't get it. So it's a gradual thing. I was at Danzoma. I went first to Malam Junction, and the Chinese said she has got the land, so to speak, has a title, blah, blah, blah. And she's free to claim the land, construct warehouse and rent. I sent her a letter. I said, Madam, when we went there, she wasn't around. Then we sent her a letter. I don't want to see her feeling to reclaim that part of the land. So what, she said, she said some 2 gentlemen to come and see me, 2 young men. I'm in 5. I said, hey, you don't know the one.
So what happens to those who sold the land and those who have given her a title?
So that's Lands Commission matter. So this is something I want to discuss with Abu of what these people are doing at Lands Commission. You can't, because God is no wisdom, created this Ramsar to hold the water, the volume that, then gradually it dives into the ocean. I was at Dansoman too. I saw a gentleman who has parked his 4x4, white car. And you know what he told me? I asked him what he was doing. He said he has bought a land in the water. He pointed. You have these turtle leaves. Yes. That grows. Yes. Then he pointed it. I said, my brother. So you gave your money to somebody to buy land in this water. So he's come to fill it and claim the whole place. As we speak now, the Dansoma chief said he wanted to come and see me because that place is not a Ramsar. I said, okay. Lands Commission is there. We'll find out.
So about 3 or 4 years ago.
What is this?
4 years ago. When you are the Dansoma runabout, you see the one that goes to Liberty Park.
Yeah.
In the morning, morning, you will see tipper trucks.
Yeah. Line up.
Going there. They are just going to dump and fill the place for people to go and build. And people have erected stories and all that there.
I've told my regional commander and the Dansoma, in fact, the Dansoma police commander, if you are watching me, be very careful. Because we have tasked him to put his eye there for us. To make sure what of some of these miscreants who are filling the area with these latrites. If he's not careful, I'll just report him to the IGP. Because he's frustrating me. And the regional commander keep telling me, please talk to your man. If he thinks he's going to do the job, we'll take him off. And get somebody to do the job for us. So another, it's something that I'm taking my time and doing it well. To make sure we sanitize this indiscipline we have in our system.
Another viewer sent me this, and it's also an observation I'm sure that you and many people have also seen. You know this thing about we are planting trees. Whilst we're doing that, we are felling trees and mounting billboards. You take Ladma, many parts of Accra. Mm-hmm. We are felling trees and mounting billboards. I don't know, elsewhere, it will take, your own house. Mm-hmm. When you have lived in England, your own house, where there's a tree there.
I'll give you a story.
You cannot go even to cut the branch. I
will tell you a story in Coventry, in front of my flat. I got up, I was holding a knife, small knife, to throw some rubbish into the bin. And in front of my house, there's a tree, some small tree, and the branch, very thin one, has fallen like this, yet to just drop. So, jokingly, I said, let them cut it. There's a police car who was passing for. He stopped. He reversed back and came to me. Called me. Why did you cut that branch? So it was for. He said, no, don't touch it. Let it fall by itself. I said, wow. Some small branch, it's almost gone. But he educated me that day how they value some of these things. And I think that this fight for the environment thing is a very big one, but it's one at a time. I can assure you. Trust me, knowing me, I want to take it one at a time to sanitize the system. Because there was a time where there was a big, heavy downfall in Tema. The whole part of Committee 3, Committee 5 was flooded. And the Sakumono Tema Road was flooded. Remember, vehicles cannot go. It is because of the attitude of our own people. The greed and the impunity at which people want to make money overnight. Just go and claim land. Where? What is this? So please, I can assure you, trust me.
All right, okay, Crazy.
Well, I think it's...
You have been in Accra longer than all of us.
Because I'm older, that's all. But the point is this. I think the regional minister is right in categorizing sanitation as one of the main problems, that he's to deal with. Of course, he would not be the first regional minister to identify this problem as a main problem, you understand? So the question that comes back is, how come that over the years, we have all seen this as a major problem, and yet we've not been able to resolve it? I recall when Mr. Julius Debra was Minister for Local Government, and the schemes he came up with, clean your frontage once a month and so on, so much publicity, so much applause and so on. He left office, became Chief of Staff, and the field started piling up again. It didn't resolve the problem. Both you and the incoming regional minister, or the income regional minister, has spoken about the efforts that the previous regional minister, Henry Quartey, did. What did it come to? Not much. Even our own good friend, Ni Ejiri Blankson,
yes,
also paid a lot of attention to cleaning the field.
Chenche.
And all of them. But the problem is still with us. So it means that something is not working. Now, what is it that is not working? First and foremost, Greater Accra has become a huge cosmopolitan area and is no longer organized on the basis of tradition. Greater Accra is not a traditional society. You understand? So if you adopt an approach which dwells on traditional organization of society and so on, it's a bit problematic. I would have thought that the approach would be communal, in nature, get the communities, whatever they are, whether they're indigenous or not, to self-organize, to deal with the problem. Now, one of the problems in fighting filth in Accra and everywhere else is this our attitude which sees it as a major problem. There's another school of thought which does not see it as a major problem. It sees it as a resource. And some of the past, experiments actually saw it as a resource, and I think they went a long way, even though we abandoned those paths. I recall that during the Champagne regime, we actually constructed that facility at Teshi Nungwa, which was to utilize all the waste to produce compost, make it useful for agriculture and so on. That was a bold initiative which was abandoned. I recall that a couple of years ago, Zoom Lion actually set up this treatment plant somewhere near the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, well, I haven't been there for a long time, for sifting plastics from organic waste and so on and so on. And I thought that it was a brilliant idea if we stop seeing this as just waste and also begin to see it as a resource which we can use to generate resources, for development, for agriculture and so on. That helps in a way, But Randy, the biggest problem is the one we speak least about. The biggest problem is this big man attitude. Yeah. Our so-called big men and women actually believe that they can do anything and get away with. The other time, a couple of years ago, on this very program, we were speaking about a gentleman who took tipper trucks to the lagoon in front of La Beach, La Palm.
Yes.
And was feeling it in broad daylight.
Yes.
To go and build some.
That whole place is filled up and built.
Oh,
Yeah. No, opposite the La Beach Hotel. That stretch that goes to Zenith University. Yes. That whole place is filled up.
And built up.
It's filled up.
Is the same place the lady talked about?
She's talking about the Bush Road, the next one.
The Goyle Road.
Yes.
Okay. Now, who are the people who do this? People who think that they are big people with connections and with power and so on. Now, if you're not able to stop, it's not ordinary people in the community who are misbehaving.
Yes.
It's the big people.
Yes.
The people with power, with connections. And they've been doing this over the years. After Medina, that lakeside area,
Yes.
not too long ago, it was a hunting ground. People used to go there at weekends to hunt, around the lake and so on. Then people started filling the lake. Go there now. Where is the lake? They filled more than half the lake and put up monstrous structures there, Now, this in a way is also linked to this land guard issue. And from what I'm picking up, from what I'm learning, I think that we are in a very bad place. I don't want to mention names. I'm not going to mention names. But I'm sure that those who follow, they know what I'm talking about. We've now come to the point where, Randy, you can be in occupation of land that you have legitimately acquired. And then you get a message. A messenger comes to you and says, no, I want 5 plots from your land. If you give it to me, you can be free. to develop your land and so on. If you don't, we will take the whole land and destroy everything on it. In less than 1 week, if you don't agree, they will come destroy everything that you have done.
I have more than 20 of such reports. Chado alone. I have more than 20 of such reports.
The latest report that I have is also Chado. And these are people connected in very, very high places. They have no respect for the law. You understand? No respect.
Chado
they
is
behave
gone.
as they like. It's frightening. And in fact, people in government should worry. Because I know that it is not all the people in government who are terrible people, who are out there to cheat and so on. There are a few decent people in government. But what these terrible people in government are doing, in fact, will eventually affect all of you. So you have to do something about it. Now, I'm told that there's a new scam. Agents go to the Lands Commission and see papers which have already been filed, which have not been concluded, which may have one problem or the other. And then they quickly report to persons who go and take over the land. And then needless fighting, needless litigation, and so on. What is happening? What is happening? I mean, the lawlessness, it's unbelievable.
Look, was it 22 years ago?
Yes.
I bought a land at East Legon, the area called Tessa. You know where I'm told that Kwame Nkrumah did that thing when they were constructing a motorway. But now it has a life of its own. Okay. So there was supposed to be a buffer between that water and then mine wall. So I left that buffer, mine wall, 22 years ago.
It has been filled.
The next thing I realized is that somebody has constructed a house. The construction started. At that time, I think East Legon then was under Adenta also, one of them. Or
AMA.
I think one of them. I was 22 years old.
AMA.
Look, I kept complaining. I went there. I saw the person who was doing it. There's somebody who I knew. He's dead now, Washington. You know, when we speak with him, called the assembly 22 years ago. So this should be like 2002. The guy built a full house and walled it. The space that I had left
Why did
thinking that I was being a...
This is a good citizen.
And that's the house. And the house has been there 20 years. Is that? Is that? He's done it. Whether he sold it or he rents it or whatever, is that? Nothing happens. I mean, no.
The impunity in Accra is just simply mind-boggling. Look, now there's a new development. I mean, you have a land. People go around seeing what lands are vacant, okay? So you'll be there in the afternoon, then you get reports that people have moved onto the land. And they move onto the land with everything and start construction. They start construction. You will go to the police. By the time the police will come, the foundation has been dug and so on. By the time you realize there's a building there, and they tell you to go to hell. And this level of impunity should not be acceptable.
And in these few months I have in office, I want to assure you and Big Brother and the viewers, I'll do what is right. So long as my attention is drawn to a problem, I will go into it and make sure we'll bring some sanity in the region. Those people who are going up and down and doing because they think they are connected to power, that those global is different. If I think that this is a problem ahead of me, I'll see the president about it. And so long as I can have his backing, I'll do what is right. Because he trusted that I can do the job. That is why he gave me the opportunity to come and serve him and the people of this country. So please, you have my contact. Anything you see, just video to me, give me the right place, we'll move in and make sure the right things are done. And those of you who are watching, your days have passed. I beg you, let us all work together and do the right thing. If you ever do the right thing, we're not going to have a problem. We're not going to have a problem at all. But so long as people are doing what they like, the law must work. And my MMDCs must also sit up. Like you said, why should I move from from Tema to go to a jurisdiction when assembly is there. But sometimes some of these chief executives are also handicapped. They're also handicapped. But I've assured them,
They're dealing with bigger men.
I will continue to support them. If they have issues that is beyond them, they should come. Let us all see how we can work together to make sure we make our region a very good place to live in. So trust me.
You see, Honorable Minister, all of these issues that we are raising and discussing are also intrinsically connected with the flooding in Accra.
I know.
The flooding in Accra, these are the problems.
I know.
The natural leeways for water to flow into the sea has been blocked. So when the waters collect, they find their own ways, destroy property, lead to death, and so on. It's just plain-faced impunity. Again, a few years ago, we discussed this on this very program. You see, Alajo, the big gutters which were constructed. You know. We passed there one afternoon, and children were playing football in the gutters.
You're joking.
I'm telling you. They're playing football in the gutters. The gutters had silted so much that they become like football fields. You know, it's unbelievable. And you have a lot of work to do.
Yes, Paul.
I would appeal to everybody to give you all the assistance that they can.
Thank you.
Because you won't be the first person who's going to attempt to do this work. It's been done before. People did it with the best of intentions, and still the problems are with us. It means that something extraordinary has to be done. When Abu Jinapo became Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, you remember some of the very bold statements that he made. For example, about how government land is acquired and how he was going to make sure that people in office do not acquire these lands and so on. And I called him and said, Abu, you are saying the right things. Unfortunately, I don't think you're going to get far. All the guns are going to be turned on you. Good intentions, good statements. Where has it taken us? Where has it taken us? All those statements about how government lands would not be looted or would not be allowed to be looted and so on. Where has it taken us? You know, it's so sad, so sad. And it's all impunity, impunity. Big men and women. Pure impunity. Finish.
All right. Okay. We'll have to take a break. When we return, talking about impunity, the President of the Republic said or vowed that he was prepared to even put his presidency on the line to fight this impunity. It's gone from bad to worse. What am I talking about? Okay. So the armed forces have been speaking. A politician spoke. The armed forces have been speaking. The NDC has also issued a statement. There is something which everybody is missing in all what the aspiring MP is supposed to have said. And it's about the fact that the fight against Galamsey has been in coma for some time. I mean, yes, everybody is focusing on deal with the military. And I've just seen some reports that suggest that he says that he was misrepresented. What he said or meant was that there were people who were wearing clothes as if they were military people, and those were those he was referring to. Well, maybe he's not visited his kids in the crèche for a while. We'll be back shortly. Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Still with me on the show. I have Kwesi Pratt Jr. And the regional minister, the Honorable Nikwate Titus Glover. Now, what does wealth mean to you? Do you want to live like a tycoon? Remember, as God the Mullah, got the power. Ghana's newest lottery game draws live on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. daily. Now pick up your phones, tablets, and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also play on the website at www.gameparkgames.com or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9. It's easy to play and easy to win. Charlie, we could play this game and make some mola. Nobody beats out in Ghana. Game Park Games, more mola, more power. This game is regulated by a National Lottery Authority and it's not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Ayesoko. That could somebody be big, but Betway's cash out be bigger. Betway is giving you more control of every thrilling bet you place. Enjoy the biggest and most reliable cash out in Ghana on Betway without any hassle. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. It's not for persons under 18. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more. And Blue Jeans Energy Drink has been on the Ghanaian market for over 20 years. We already know what it does for the body. It contains vitamins and nutrients like vitamin B2, B3, B6, B12, as well as taurine and guarana, which are known to boost your strength and energy as well as promote high performance and endurance. Blue Jeans Energy Drink has been tested and tried. It's indeed the best. Blue Jeans Energy Drink is for bold and active men and women. So go on, grab a cold can and power your day. It's in shops nationwide. You can contact Budget Cash and Carry Limited on 0208 128 190 055 001 0000. Okay, so to say that a fight against illegal mining, all I'm saying, is in comatose is an understatement. You can just do a little exercise yourself. Ask yourself the last time you read or saw or heard of a report on any operation against illegal miners. When was the last time you saw any images of all those water bodies that have been messed up clearing up? I am sure that if you check, you'll find out that probably since the 1st of January or the last quarter of 2023, you've not heard any of these reports. Now, people like Erastus Asaridonko and others who have been at the forefront of exposing these things keep lamenting, they keep complaining, they keep providing us the information about these water bodies going from Bar to West. I have seen a lot of citizen journalism from people on social media who drive around the country and see some of these spots and take pictures and videos and post them themselves. But in the last few days, the issue of illegal mining has come to the fore again because a parliamentary candidate of the MPP was recorded or was on tape to have said some things to these miners. Now, there have been some developments. The person himself has put out something which is supposed to be a clarification. It claims a clarification of what we have heard. The Ghana Armed Forces has issued a statement. There's been a statement from a national executive of the NDC taking on the armed forces for the armed forces' statement. Would look at all this. But first of all, let's actually hear what was on that tape.
So, or the petrol, and I said, authority of the age was a material. Jeffrey said, you are all young at home and so on, or also young guy, I said, but the woman is a woman on board of my mother. I said, or you still get it. Too much, but you won't through what while again, and shank a beer shall go away, no good of a mouth. Oh, yes.
So, Wizzy and Minister, we all heard the gentleman But this is what he says. He says that he's been taken out of context. And according to him, the purpose of engaging the miners was meant to educate them on the rules and regulations governing small-scale mining. And the Western Regional Minister also did not support legal mining activities in any form. And then he goes on to say that the miners were very much concerned about the spate of harassment by some individuals who frequently visited their sites to allegedly extort money from them. They also said there have been reported cases of extortion by some unscrupulous individuals who pride themselves as soldiers, police, and national security operatives who have been harassing the miners. Upon further investigations, it turned out that these individuals hired 2 Land Cruiser vehicles and dressed in apparels that suggested that some of them were soldiers and policemen. But they later noticed that they were not soldiers, police, or national security operatives who have been conducting any sanctioned operations, but they were there just to harass, intimidate, and extort money. So he advised the miners never to give in to such unscrupulous individuals, but fiercely resist them and fight back with all their might when the imposters visit. So he says that this is what he said. And we just watched what he actually said. But could you just take note of that? Because the Ghana Armed Forces also issued a statement. Now, this was a statement. The Ghana Armed Forces has taken note of viral videos on social media calling for attacks on soldiers and other security personnel. We strongly wish to caution the public against such utterances. It is instructive to note that such calls are not only unlawful, but also pose a significant threat to the security and stability of our nation. We therefore condemn any form of incitement or encouragement of violence against our soldiers. We wish to assure all and sundry, Ghana Armed Forces will continue to perform its duties of safeguarding the security of the state and protection of its civilians. It is also crucial to understand that personnel of the Ghana Armed Forces and sister security agencies are committed to upholding the highest standards of professionalism, discipline, and respect for human rights in the execution of their duties. In a situation where a soldier misconducts him or herself, the soldier should be reported to the nearest police station or military barracks for the appropriate disciplinary action to be taken. It is important to note, soldiers, like any individuals, have the right to self-defense when faced with imminent threats or attacks that pose a danger to their lives or the lives of others. In situations where soldiers are confronted with immediate threats or acts of violence, they are allowed to use necessary and proportionate force to protect themselves and others. It must be noted that the outcome of such avoidable confrontations may be unpleasant and dire. It is against this premise that the Ghana Armed Forces wishes to remind and caution the public that assaulting or attacking soldiers is a grave offense punishable by law. It implores all citizens to respect, cooperate, and support our soldiers and to refrain from engaging in acts of violence or incitement against them. Once again, the Ghana Armed Forces wishes to reiterate its commitment to upholding the values of professionalism, integrity, and service to the nation. We will continue to cooperate with sister security agencies to protect and defend Ghana's interests while respecting the rights and dignity of all citizens. Ghana Armed Forces operates an open-door policy and therefore wishes to encourage the public to channel their concerns or grievances through the Department of Public Relations of the Ghana Armed Forces. Now, this statement by the Ghana Armed Forces appears to not have gone down well. And so there's this press release by the NDC, and it's signed by Deputy National Organizer, Comrade Elikem Kotoko. And it says the National Democratic Congress has taken notice of a viral video on social media inciting illegal miners, galamseyers, to attack any soldier or soldiers found on their sites on patrol. In the said video, one Mr. Ernest Frimpong, the parliamentary candidate of the MPP in the Memphis East constituency of the Western region, made other damning submissions. He mentioned that Operation Galam Stop, Operation Vanguard, Operation Halt 1 and 2 have all been suspended by his NPP government. Therefore, galamseyers are given the green light to mine without any inhibitions from anyone, especially the police and military. Further, Mr. Ernest Frimpong assured his audience of creating a WhatsApp platform which will serve the purpose of protecting them should any person in uniform try to prevent them from carrying out their galamsey. He went on to indicate that both the MC and regional minister will be put on the said WhatsApp platform for prompt action anytime any of the miners drop an SOS or distress audio of being visited by the soldiers. It was in this video that Mr. Ernest Frimpong charged the galamseyers to attack any of his officers their sites to hold their activities. In less than 72 hours after the video of Ernest Frimpong surfaced, there was news of an attack by miners on a soldier in Wassa Achempim, which then triggered your release number 39 dated June 10, 2024. It was therefore expected that you, the Ghana Armed Forces, would have been unambiguous in condemning the video which is presumed to have given fodder to those who attacked one of your men. 1. Unless the Ghana Armed Forces, once the most disciplined and revered institution in Ghana, has become compromised along political lines, one wonders why the author of your release, Brigadier General E. Agri-Kwashi, Director General Public Relations, will conceal the detail of calling out the person or persons found in the viral video and warning them directly, instead of displaying cowardice by rather cautioning the general public. 2. The Ghana Armed Forces cannot suddenly become so spineless and lose its denture to the extent that it fears to call out the name of the person who called for the attacks on soldiers. We do not want to believe this is because Ernest Frimpong belongs to a political party which the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, President Nana Akufo-Addo, also belongs. 3. If the Ghana Armed Forces continues in this manner, it loses respect, and that will pose a future danger for this country. We don't want to think the Ghana Armed Forces wants to record a Major Mahama-like incident. Unfortunately, that is worse. Again, before it acts bluntly on the irresponsible comments of the MPP parliamentary candidate, Mr. Ernest Frimpong. 4. Rather than spend time cautioning the general public in your 5-paragraph release on information they already know, be bold, confident, courageous, and assertively stand to call out and caution Mr. Ernest Frimpong. He called for the attacks on your men and not the general public. 5. As a responsible state institution, nowhere did you indicate that you have lodged a report at the relevant authority, in this case, the police. And if you indeed have not done that yet, please do. It demonstrates your commitment to the rule of law, due processes, and respect for same. 6. Ghana is preparing for major elections come December 7, 2024, which obviously is a make or break for the country and its citizens because the nation's progress is at stake. If such red flags are not nipped in the bud, now it foretells future danger and will encourage civilian military confrontations, which is something we as citizens abhor. 7. To promote the peace, security, and safety of citizens you spelled out in your release, be bold, firm, objective, and fair in the discharge of your duties as enshrined in the 92 Constitution. We have had other commanders-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, and the institution never sank this low. Soldiers are not cowards. They are bold, fearless, and at all times disciplined. We must hold these virtues in high esteem at all times, regardless of which political party is in power. 8. In the past 8 years, we have lost too many of your men to civilian actions and not at war fronts. This is disturbing. Mention can be made of Major Mahama and Upper Dentra, Private Moro Sheriff in Ashaman, Lance Corporal Michael Danso at Kasua. 9. If the top hierarchy of the Ghana Armed Forces doesn't find it worthwhile to seek justice for the innocent junior ranks who are put or sent in harm's way, we in the NDC will deem it a national duty to do so. And by this letter, we'll be lodging an official complaint with the CID of the Ghanaian Police Service to ensure that perpetrators of such heinous crimes, and Mr. Ernest Frimpong, who incited illegal miners, are brought to book. In conclusion, just as you encourage the general public to channel their concerns and grievances through your Department of Public Relations, we want to encourage you to fight for the innocent junior ranks who have become victims of reckless, unguarded, offensive, and unlawful statements, such as that of Mr. Ernest Frimpong, who seeks to be elected to hold an office in the legislature. Long live the Ghana Armed Forces. God bless our homeland, Ghana's freedom and justice. Kwesi? Yes.
I want to respectfully have your permission to speak on this matter so that I can.
Okay, that's fine.
I can leave.
Please,
I
please
had a call that's
please do.
something need to
Please do.
be look at.
Please do.
Another, I will condemn the statement of Mr. Frimpong because for you to say that if any soldier or soldiers comes to your bit to harass you or whatever, it should be attacked. It should really not a welcome news.
Just hold on a minute. I've just been informed by my producer that there's actually also a video with a minister speaking about the tax forces. It's important that we just watch that briefly and then we'll come back to you.
First and foremost, we are not against mining. Rather, we want to support you to mine. Sisi Ayekasi, offer Operation Vanguard, Operation Hot, Operation Gallop Stop. Jabaino is seize the stop war. The stop war. Stop war. Yeah, the person who you are what you are saying. The sense say, the person mine who ye and untina. Jacka say, baby, I will ye mine ya. Ye want to cadester, fine. No, I let to so. No, they are man MC. I a friend of they were committee there from district mining committee.
All right. So, Honorable.
Another, like I'm saying, for the PC to make that statement that any soldier or security operatives that comes should be attacked was quite unfortunate. And in any case, if a soldier or a team of soldiers are coming, they have a leader. When they are coming, you see them with their commander leading them. You see it. And if you see an illegal soldier, you can also see, depending on the way they relate to the people. I'm not sure the soldiers, when they come to the pits, it's only when you see them coming, the people start running. But when these soldiers come properly, well-dressed, armed, blah, 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 and that should be done. You see, when I was going for national organizer, having toured most of these mining areas, I saw the level of devastation. The Wasa area, when you are from Asengrogwa heading towards Wasa Manso, then towards Bordier, you see on the right side, both sides, the level of the destruction that has happened. Going to Wasa Krupong all the way to Ayamfori, you see all those places. But I think that what government was trying to do is to make sure that these community mines that they do, they move away from the water bodies and to make sure that they don't affect the water. Various arrangements were done, whether machines or whatever, to make sure that they only conform. That they only make sure they conform, they don't destroy the environment, they don't destroy the water bodies. So when you have opportunity to speak, in as much as you want votes, let your statement should not be in a way of attacking the armed forces. Because they are there to protect all of us. And Major Mahama may so rest in peace. I'm not trying to mention his name to remind the pain of his families. But that soldier had opportunity. I'm told at the time he had a weapon on him, which he could have used. But he decided to sacrifice his life for those miners to kill him. That was most unfortunate. That was most unfortunate. Look at this soldier at Kaswa. He has gone to buy a land. On his way, he was ambushed, whatever, and was shot. Sometimes when the civilians are attacking the armed forces, they are attacking the soldiers. We don't seem to feel how the soldiers also feel. But when the soldiers react, we also see their reaction as too much. But the soldiers are also human beings. They also have families. They have the right also to protect themselves. So civilians will need to be very measured and careful the way we deal with the armed forces. Regardless. So if you have issue that you want it to be resolved, please, let's handle it in a way that both parties, at the end of the day, can have a common understanding as to what we do. Listen to the Minister for Western Region. For him to say that the operation of the Vanguard and the other ones have been withdrawn, my understanding of his statement is that because government has structured the community mining, to involve chiefs, MMDCs, and to make sure the Lands Commission, whatever, that is the way. That is my understanding. Listen to him and watch him on TV.
Yeah, but he's telling them, he's telling them that wherever you're operating, take the cadastral. You understand?
Yes, I heard it.
So these are people who are not part of community mining yet. The Operation Vanguard people, they are not supposed to go and stop people who are engaged in legitimate mining. They are supposed to go and stop people who are engaged in illegal mining. So unless government wants to tell us that illegal mining has ended, it has stopped. Otherwise, if illegal mining has not stopped and the reports that we keep getting is that it's going from bad to worse, how do you halt all the operations that are supposed to stop illegal mining.
But the cadastral map that you use in the mining, both community mining and the illegal ones, what he's trying to communicate there is the fact that you only have those cadastral map that is going to be your basis for which you can go and mine. Because
no, to go and apply.
To apply
so
for
that your place is carved out for you.
To work with.
Yes.
You know, so that is what he's trying to communicate to them. You understand? So the fact that he's saying that they have withdrawn those soldiers from the ground means that we want to make sure we legitimize or to make sure people conform to the normal way of mining.
Yeah, but you know people are engaged in illegal mining. Let's say that you want to show them.
Who is he addressing? Is he illegal miners?
Let's listen to him again. Let's watch him again.
Because we need to find out those
let's watch him again.
First and foremost, we are not against mining. Rather, we want to support you to mine. Sisi Ayekasi, offer Operation Vanguard, Operation Hot, Operation Gallop Stop. Jabaino is seize the stop war. The stop war. Stop war. Yeah, the person who you are not say. The son said, "You person mine we ye and untina." Jaka said, "Baby, I will ye mine piano. Ye want to cadastre fine. No, I letter to so. No, dear man, MC. I a friend of they were committee there from district mining committee."
All right, so we had him.
So clearly, I think that we are challenged. The fight will still continue. Personally, I'm not in support of people destroying the water bodies and the vegetation. So when we are given opportunities to serve, let's do it in a way that will not affect the generality of our people. Ghana Water continue to complain that the water is not coming because of the activities of these galamseyers. The chemicals that they use pollute the water. These are water that is being consumed by people within those places that they operate. This guy, there was this multimedia journalist did a study about the water that they consume in these places and the deformity in the children that are giving birth in these places.
That was the research by Dr. Sampany, Professor Sampany.
So it's a major concern to us. So I will plead that they need to be very careful. But attempt of attacking the armed forces, it is something they should not think about it. Because soldiers, they are trained to kill if they are under threat by their training. Because if you are coming to attack me, it is my duty to defend myself. Sorry to use these harsh words this morning. By their training, that is how they are trained to do. So civilians must not think once that they can attack any soldier and go scot-free. And when you look at the multiplicity of the way these soldiers are being attacked and killed, it makes the Ghana Armed Forces to sit up. And for me, the statement that they have issued, we should take it in good faith. And I want the parliamentary candidates to come back and apologize for that statement.
He said that in the president. You saw in the video. The regional minister was laughing.
They were
all laughing.
You need to retract that attempt to attack soldiers is not the right way to go. On this, I want to thank you very much.
All right, okay. Honorable Minister, we know that you have a lot to do.
Yes, sir.
So thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
And we wish you well.
Thank you.
All right, okay. Kwesi?
I mean, this morning, I've listened to one of the most reckless statements ever made by a politician in Ghana. I've listened to a parliamentary candidate of the New Patriotic Party for Amenfi East constituency actually declaring war on the Ghana Armed Forces and the police service. Declaring open war on the Ghana Armed Forces and police service. And in this declaration of war, he actually thumps his chest and says, look, beat them up. Fight them. If there's any problem, call me and I'll come. I think this guy must be seeing himself as some kind of a Rambo or some kind of a ramble, and
It says they're creating a WhatsApp platform. They're going to put the MC and the minister on the platform.
Yeah.
If you are arrested, just bring it to their attention.
yeah, and they will come and fight. It's so annoying. This display of impunity is unpardonable. And the worst part of it is that he's making these statements in the presence of a regional minister who also partially confirms the statements that he's making. I mean, where lawlessness springs from the center of government, it's worse than any form of lawlessness, and I'm really shocked at this. Now, my shock is also deepened by the fact that in spite of this, the Ghana Armed Forces writes a love letter in which it creates the impression that members of the general public are those who are threatening to beat soldiers and policemen. There's a name, Ernest Frimpong, parliamentary candidate of the New Patriotic Party in the Amenfi East constituency. He is not the general public. The regional minister is not the general public. Look, if some armed robbers had attacked a soldier, somewhere in Ashama and killed him, and so you will see the reaction of the Ghana Armed Forces. They will cordon off the whole area. They will arrest innocent people, beat them up, let them bath in stinking water, let them drink water from the gutter, and so on. That they do quickly, because perhaps that does not affect them in any way. But when a parliamentary candidate makes such statements, look at the statement the Ghana Armed Forces issued. I am horrified by it. Now, it's instructive that both the regional minister and also the parliamentary candidate confirm that government has actually stopped all the operations against illegal mining. And it is obvious. It is for votes in the December elections. They want votes in the December elections, and therefore illegal mining can go on. They want votes in the December elections so our water can be polluted. They want votes in the December elections so they will encourage their members who are engaged in illegal mining to beat up the police and beat up the soldiers. My goodness, where are we heading? Randy, where are we heading? So sad. I mean, government, we should be interested in maintaining law and order, is now the instrument for instigating a breakdown of law and order.
You see, this is a fact.
You understand?
That President Akufo-Addo told the whole world that he was prepared to put his presidency on the line for. Is this what that means?
For me, it raises another dimension. Now, we are beginning to talk as if people who work in the security services are not Ghanaians.
Yes.
And have no interest or should not have any interest in how the country is governed or how policies are initiated which would affect them and affect their families. And it makes me sad. We are constantly talking about civilian control over the armed forces. It makes me sick in the stomach. Just by being civilian and by being minister or something, we should be controlling the armed forces. Why don't we think that sometimes there are better people in the Ghana Armed Forces and the police than those of us in civilian authority?
They attended the same schools with us. Many of them were better than us. Many of them are more educated than us.
Many of them are even far more patriotic than these ministers and so on you see around. So this attempt to make everybody in the army or police look like some nincompoop who should be directed by civilians and so on is very annoying. Civilians, service personnel all have a stake in making Ghana a better place. That is not the responsibility of just civilians. And it's indeed, Randy, sometimes history teaches us a few lessons. Hitler, was he a soldier? Adolf Hitler was not a soldier. Adolf Hitler was a civilian politician who actually won elections. Look at what Adolf Hitler did to the world. Huh? If you come to think of fascism in the world and so on, you cannot be discussing fascism without discussing Adolf Hitler, who was a civilian. So I am not of the position that civilians by all means and by any means are better than soldiers. It's a statement which cannot be supported if you just look at the history of the world. Look around Africa. Look at what civilian heads of states have done to us. And look at the exemplary example, the exemplary governance that some of these soldiers brought to us. I mean, I was in this country between 1972 and 1979. And I can say with all honesty that the standards that the Achampong government set, many civilian administrations cannot come close to the standards that the Achampong government set. And its achievements in the field of agriculture, in the field of industrialization, and so on. So this holier than thou attitude, everything civilian is better than everything, military and so on, we should stop it. And the armed forces itself should stop misbehaving the way it has been misbehaving. How do you issue this lame statement, lame statement, which actually says nothing, warns innocent people in the public? When the man has told you that he's going to ask his people to attack you, then you go and issue statements directed at the general public and so on. Useless statement.
Let's end up on this note. Government to push for passage of free SHS bill by Parliament to make it legally enforceable. And Julius Yapetechi reports that the government will, in the course of this meeting of Parliament, present to the House the Free Senior High School Policy Bill. The Majority Leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, has indicated. Mr. Afenyo-Markin mentioned that even though the Constitution provides for the pro-poor education policy, enacting the bill will render it legally enforceable. In a parliamentary leadership engagement with the Parliamentary Press Corps in Accra yesterday, the Futu MP said it was critical to commit successive governments to the policy so as to continue giving the Ghanaian child a platform to get educated, irrespective of their financial background. He explained that though the policy had been implemented since 2017, a future government might decide not to continue with it and will not be in breach of any law. Quote, if the bill is passed and the government fails to implement the policy, a citizen can apply to the court as his bona fide, and the court will exact justice in that citizen's favor. And that is the good news about this bill. And he said similar provisions were contained in the Constitution but could not be enforced. And to make the free SHS policy enforceable, there was a need to legislate same, to bind governments to it. The meeting was to brief parliamentary reporters on the planned activities of the legislature as it resumed sitting yesterday, having been on recess since March.
And this is a useless gimmick.
Why?
Completely useless gimmick.
Why?
Create the impression that if the NPP does not win in the December polls, some government will come and change the plan. That's a useless gimmick. Free education is a constitutional injunction. What law has greater effect than a provision in the Constitution? It's a useless gimmick. Completely useless, absolutely useless gimmick. You see, these politicians, it gets to a point where they think that they can play with our minds. They have no respect for us. So they come up with such useless things. And they think that we'll fall for it. Yesterday, I'm on a number of Nigerian WhatsApp platforms, a number of them. And I like to read all of them as well. And I saw something last night, which was completely shocking. It's a speech which is attributed to former President John Dramani Mahama. It's supposed to be his acceptance speech when he was defeated in the 2016 elections. Okay. And the speech is couched in language which simply says that he accepts all the allegations which were made against him by the NPP, that his government was corrupt, that his party members were immature and lacked experience and so on. Lengthy speech. Now, this speech, the effect of it is to tell you that if you want to vote for John Mahama, think twice. Because he himself admitted all the charges which were leveled against him and so on. Now, it has started circulating on social media in Nigeria. And I am very sure by the end of the week it will be in the Ghanaian newspapers.
Yes, this is the destination. The intended destination.
This is the intended destination, but it started from Nigerian newspapers. You know, I mean, look, Masa, do I care about this? The city has reached 17 to $1. That is what we care about. That is what the people of Ghana care about. We have reached a situation where politicians are calling on their members to attack soldiers and attack policemen. That is what I'm worried about. We have reached a situation, I've been working on something over a long period of time, and because of the manner in which I'm working on it, I've restrained myself from making public comments. Randy, do you know that the 37 military hospital, the radiology department is in chaos?
Why?
There are no machines. The machines are all out of order. MRI machine is not working. Even X-ray machines and so on are not working. How do you have a military hospital? You expect soldiers to be injured in operations and so on, and you don't have an MRI machine. How? What else can you prioritize beyond these basic necessities in a military hospital? And then you come and tell us about some legislation that we are going to send to Parliament to make it impossible for future government to change free SHS. And you think you are being very sensible and smart. You think you are being very sensible and smart. Look, these politicians, they should begin to take us seriously. The people of Ghana, they are not dummies. They are not fools. I've seen the attitude of politicians over many years, and I've always seen where it ends them. We are around. It's up to them.
Wesley, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss.
Hopefully I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, GMG Trends.
First and foremost, we are not against money. Rather, we want to support you tonight. Sisi Ayekasi, offer Operation Vanguard, Operation Hot, Operation Gallop Stop. Jabaino, they seize it, stop war. Stop war. Yeah, the person who you are not say. It's say, the person mine we ye, and Untina Jacase, baby, I will ye mine in Biano. Ye want cadester, fine. No, I letter to so. No, the man, MC, I a friend of your committee there from District Mining Committee. It's a person first and foremost, we are not say. We are not against mining. Rather, we want to support you tonight. Sisi Ayekasi, offer Operation Vanguard, Operation Hot, Operation Gallop Stop. Jabaino, they seize it, stop war. Stop war. Yeah, the person who you are not say. It's say, the person mine we ye, and Untina Jacase, baby, I will ye mine in Biano. Ye want cadester, fine. No, I letter to so. No, the man, MC, I a friend of your committee there from District Mining Committee. It's a person first and foremost, when you are what you say. We are not against mine. Rather, we want to support you to mine. Sisi Ayekasi, offer Operation Vanguard, Operation Hot, Operation Gallop Stop. Japan, they seize it and stop war. Stop war. Stop war. Yeah, the person who you are what you are saying.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. And it's time to check out what is trending on social media with Desi, the Starboy. Desi.
Doc, good morning.
Good morning. Have you heard the name Mr. Atuahoy?
Mr. Atuahoy. Yeah.
You've heard the name?
Yeah.
Okay. You've heard the name?
I've heard the name.
Okay. I'll give you an opportunity. When is your birthday?
It's on Sunday.
16th.
16th, okay. Yeah.
So I'll give you the opportunity of earning 2,000 cedis today. If you're able to tell me his first name in 1 minute. The first name of Mr. Tua. Why are you checking your phone?
I close the phone. But no, looks like the whole family, they don't do English names or first names.
He has one.
He has one.
Yes.
Say, give me a cue.
I won't. I'm saying that if you 1 minute, you have 20 seconds.
Emmanuel. Daniel.
5 seconds.
Erasmus.
Okay. Bailed out. Okay. Today is his birthday. He's 81 today.
81. Wow.
You've never met him, right?
No, I've not met him.
Poor you.
I've not met him yet.
Poor you.
But of course, the name, the Hoy family.
Poor you. You should spend, even if you get to spend 1 minute with him,
okay,
it will change your life forever.
Fantastic. Yeah,
okay.
I think
he's 81 today.
He's 81 today. Yes. Great. Happy birthday to you, sir. But
you want to know his first name?
The first day we are waiting for it.
Okay. So now I'll give you a clue once your time is out. Okay. Is the name that should make one a president in Ghana? Is the first name that should
starts
make
with
one
J. John. Why never mention John?
Because you are John.
True, like most politicians, John. Oh, Honorable John Atuahoy. Happy 81st birthday to you. God richly bless you, sir. Hopefully, I should be able to meet you one of these days. But the 2K, the doctors ask a different question, make an answer that one.
You go and take your soon-to-be wife. Go and introduce your wife to him.
Okay.
And go and seek his blessings.
Yes, sir.
When you're going to go with Annie.
I need to want blessings.
She needs
blessings. Blessings.
What happened to her song? It's been taken off the machine.
I should say she deleted her. If she don't delete her, then the voice will go find out. But dog, you remember the song? I don't be the car, hey, Guru.
Yes.
Hey, now Guru person as the president said, Zara was trying my doctor about me. Oh, why you remix?
Okay.
But we have the car,
I said he's looking for a steering. Okay.
Let's watch the video real quick.
But me the kind of bema. Me the steering bema. Doctor, that be the old dance. So they do either too short or they do.
The way he's been dancing with his hands, by the time the campaign is over, he would have built quite a lot of muscles.
Hi, Doctor, yeah. But he play Ludo too. He's a very good Ludo player. I saw a video of him where he was playing Ludo.
He didn't play 5-6 and lost.
About 6 no be as
You
see that one about me. I do that. So that's about me has been in the news. But of course, Guru's real name is Maradona. Maradona.
Why?
I think his family gave that. Let's watch Dr. Baumia playing the Ludo as he went on campaign. So I scored Dr. Baumia 6 miludu. About 2 6. But the one doctor said to deal with me boy loss. We'll see how that goes. So Dr. Baumia one campaign trail, seeing how it will go. The steering there be like the 1-1. So Guru is helping him with that particular one. Well, let's talk about something that's happening this weekend, Doc. And that is the Just One Olympic Games. Last year, Beyutotu was a boxer. She was a boxer in the ring. So it's happening this Saturday at the Legon Sports Complex. All the companies under the Just One group of companies will be around. Ignite Media will be representing. I don't know what I'll be doing, but I mean, I can't exactly play football now, but maybe I can do lime and spoon. Shadrach can be in post for us. Jennifer could do female penalty kicks. Nanaya and could also do some other things also. So that's just one group of companies. The Just One Olympic Games happening this Saturday, and so we're excited about it, and we are all going to be, a part of it. But Doc, let's wrap up with the Black Stars. I was on the game deal.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, we got Tuso.
Yeah, I was more with Anganat. And I saw Gattuso now growing in. And
I was not in Kumasi. I see. Okay.
So we just try to see to see how things will go. So of course, kudos to the Black Stars. Very, very exciting performance. And Charlie, when they close the game, for me, the Kimpaluta song, the Aseda, when they Dog, do you know that one?
They were playing at the stadium.
You've not paid attention to it. It's a very big song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big song from Kim Paluta. You should try that one too. So kudos to the Black Stars. We're all waiting because Destiny changing World Cup there by 2026 there. If Donald Trump doesn't come there, maybe somebody said maybe they'll put Ghana in Mexico.
I see.
Anyway, so that's it for the trends today. My name is Desi the Starboy. I'll be back on Friday, wrapping up the week and getting into the weekend. Of course, for this weekend, it's a really, as Doc has mentioned, a sad one for him, but that's the twist of it. That's how they try to celebrate, I don't care where with you. We are with you in spirit this weekend.
We are with who?
With you in spirit this weekend. Oh, you said this weekend?
My funeral.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was just saying that mine is a celebration, but why be what?
Yeah. So, my cousin, Philip Ama.
Yeah.
Yes, and his mom, Mrs. Elizabeth Ama. We're laying them to rest this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sad. Anyway.
Apparently, someone has sent me the name. Yeah, man. Dog, ask another question.
There are three commentators. There's something that's a kitty. Anyway, that will be for the morning. Up next, Metro Sports.
Biggest boss. Congratulations. Nice one. USA! Good news! What's the Kenny media is there again? Nice one. Up with you, man. Congratulations, boy. Boss, congratulations.
Near him, necessary by the Namias, it's not qualified. You call US.